There's a story I've been following closely, and that's what I was wanting to tell you about. But first, I want to go back to 1983 and talk about Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara was a military captain who came to power during a coup. He was an anti-imperialist and refused loans from organizations such as the International Monetary Fund. The first thing he did was sell off the Mercedes of government officials and replace them with cheaper vehicles. He built schools and hospitals. He implemented a mass vaccination program to reduce the cases of measles, meningitis, and yellow fever. He had over 1,000 trees planted, and he's the first African president to install women into major cabinet positions, as well as recruiting women into the military. He reduced his own salary to $450 a month and limited his own possessions to a car, a Renault, 4 bikes, 3 guitars, a refrigerator, and a broken freezer. He renamed the country Burkina Faso, Land of the Incorruptible People, and he himself wrote the country's national anthem. Unfortunately, on October 15, 1987, he was killed during a coup. Just 6 months after his death, Ibrahim Traore was born in Bandouke, Burkina Faso. He attended primary school in his hometown and secondary school in Bobo Dioulasso, the country's second largest city. He attended Ouagadougou University, where he studied geology and graduated with honors. After that, he joined the army and was quickly recognized by senior officers and sent for anti-artillery training in Morocco. Later, he joined the United Nations peacekeeping forces, fighting an insurgency in Mali. And later, he was stationed in Burkina Faso, and there he was promoted to captain. In January of 2022, there was a coup led by Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba. Originally, the military supported the new government, but often troops in rural areas didn't receive their pay on time. And in September of 2022, there was a 150-truck convoy loaded with food headed for the city of Chipo that had been under siege for 18 months. The convoy was overcome by jihadists and 37 soldiers were killed. This angered a lot of the military, and Traore organized a coup and overthrew Damiba. Traore was installed as transitional president. He refused the salary of a president and maintained the salary of a military captain. In January of 2023, the government suspended the Paris Military Accord and gave the French troops 1 month to leave the country. In July of 2023, Traore attended the African-Russian Summit in St. Petersburg, Russia. There, Putin announced he would be sending free shipments of grain to Africa. Traore expressed his gratitude but stated his intent that someday Africa would become food secure. Traore is the only president to have achieved over 80% of his promises. He's built roads and highways. He's built a hydroelectric dam to increase the country's energy supply, as well as reducing their dependence on fossil fuels, as well as supplying a lot of water. Work is underway on a Burkina Faso-Ghana railway to connect the two countries. And Burkina Faso grows a lot of tomatoes, yet people have been importing tomato products. So they've built a tomato processing plant. And Burkina Faso is one of the leading gold-producing countries, so they've built a gold refinery to keep the wealth within the country. And Traore has set up mobile health clinics to provide free health care for people in rural areas. And in 2024, the country received 400 armored trucks and 2 Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 drones. Thomas Sankara had said, "You can kill the revolutionary or the person, but you cannot kill an idea." And a lot of people, and there are a lot of similarities between the two. They're both Pan-Africanists, a movement that seeks to unite Africans and those of African descent. They were both military captains who came to power during a coup at roughly the same age. And they were both anti-imperialists and refused loans from organizations such as the International Monetary Fund. Traore himself has expressed his intent to finish the work that Thomas Sankara began.